I'm OX Kennedy, of course. This is my co-host Chris Coffee.eth. And gotta do the air horns, bro. Wake up. Wait, are you up, Chris? You're looking
Oh,
very
bro.
festive today, bro.
Yeah, bro. I got my Christmas attire on already. You see what he's
Already?
doing? You see what he's
What's
doing?
he doing? Is he
Playing some
rugging
disc.
us?
He's playing some disc golf.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, they make those now?
yeah. I got this like a couple years ago. Yeah, I love it.
Have you already started putting Christmas decorations up?
No, that's after Thanksgiving.
Are you sure you're
Uh,
already wearing the sweater?
yeah, man. After Thanksgiving. It's cold weather. That's why gotta stay warm.
Okay. Well, before we get to all that, this show is brought to you by Ninja Alerts. Of course, Ninja Alerts is a phone and web app. You get a notification to your phone whenever your friend, influencer, or favorite whale mints buys or sells an NFT. Also, make sure to visit ninjalerts.com/giveaway for your chance to win a 6-month subscription. Right below me, right here. Of course, we did do the giveaway yesterday. The Feds won, Chris. If you
Feds
remember, the
won.
Feds
Feds always win,
always
bro.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the saying, man. It's gonna be some dark times coming. It's gonna be pretty cold this winter, man. Every analyst out there is it's a lot of doom and gloom. And you did the market report yesterday, man. What was the volume like for NFTs yesterday?
Half of what I've ever reported. So every single time I
Oh my
report,
god.
it's at least 5 million or over. 5 million was on the lower end. I mean, I was reporting up to 10, 12 million, a month ago. And yeah, last night I did the report, did the analytics off of Dune, and we had 2.2 million in USD volume.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was
Yikes.
miserable.
I just like a week and a half ago, it was like 15, 17 mil in a day because of the projects you hate so much,
Yeah, because of
art
those.
gobblers. But there's a lot going on, man. But we do have special guests today. It's gonna be an interesting episode. We got a trading prediction software, Chris, Lendl Pro. We're gonna bring them up. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we bring them up, or you want to just go ahead and bring them up?
One last thing. Yeah, hopefully you got signed up for that Nike waitlist last night for the marketplace. They
I
had,
screwed up.
oh, you missed it?
I screwed up. Yes.
Oh man, I should have pinged you. I
Yeah.
didn't think about it. Somebody pinged me with like 10 minutes left, but it looks pretty good. And we can obviously talk about that another day. But I'm pretty excited for what Swoosh has. Ken, how you been watching it since February and didn't get on the wait list?
I mean, that happens a lot, bro.
It's
I watch a
Nike,
lot of
man.
things.
Nike doesn't happen a lot. Anyways, we got some special
It
guests
ain't no
today.
Yeezys, bro. It
Oh my god,
ain't.
we'll bicker about the marketplace later. Let's bring them on up with Lindell Pro. We got Jeremy Wilson and Matthew Pretzel. Hopefully I said that.
Hey, round
Hopefully I
of
did that some
applause.
justice.
Round of applause. Welcome,
Oh,
guys.
nice.
Welcome
Yeah,
to NFT
man.
Traders Club, man. It's very nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us. Yeah, thank you.
Nice, nice. Hold on, I gotta give you an air horn too, man. You guys deserve an air horn. You're here on the show. So we generally start off because this is an NFT trading show. We gotta ask our guests because you guys are founders now. How did you get into NFT? What was your journey like?
So I started with NFTs back in April of last year, and so that was around the time that Bored Apes was minting and whatnot. And I remember Bored Apes being zero point 0.4, and I was like, well, why is this valuable? And so I saw the wave and I started trading NFTs, and because I finally got the reason why NFTs were so amazing. And I started trading all through August and September of last year. The airdrops alone last year from the NFT activity were absolutely amazing.
Hmm.
And then I kind of settled down on my NFT trading in October of last year as the market was kind of starting to chill out and whatnot, and focus more on crypto.
Before you did just mention, just to follow up, you say you found out why NFTs were valued so high. What did you find out? Why are NFTs valued so high?
Well, in my opinion, the reason why NFTs popped off the way that they did was mostly because of COVID. If you think about the things that people own, somebody driving down the street in their expensive car, blasting their radio, kind of showing off what they have and things like that. During COVID, a lot of people didn't have the ability to express themselves. They were locked away. They were, just kind of away from friends, relatives, all that sort of thing. And NFTs allowed us to really express ourselves and to put our identity into some of these things. And I think that helped to contribute to some of the NFT wave. But really, NFTs provide us access to like a country club type of an atmosphere for each of these different communities. And we all know that country clubs have a very well-established business model. People pay lots of money for them, and gated access is really a thing when it comes to NFTs. And this whole experience of digital and physical connection and identity is a big part of why I think NFTs are a thing.
Nice. Matthew, what about you? How'd you get into NFTs?
Yeah, sure. Just a couple things there before that. First of all, Jeremy, on a call like this, looks like you got to grow a beard, bud. You know, get with the times. Look at this, man. We got 3 beards on
Beard
this
gang,
call.
beard gang.
We're behind. Kennedy's over there with the comb and everything. I just I use the hands every now and then.
You should see Trevor, man. He has the whole thing.
Does he? Does he?
Yeah.
That's great. Well, as you can see, I'm a fan too, so we got that in common. Which one of these things is not like the other? If you remember that back from like Sesame Street back in the day. So yeah, NFTs. I came in a little bit later than Jeremy. I was a little later that year. Was invited into a project from a buddy of mine. They needed Jared, nice buddy, good to have you here with us. So they need an algorithm written for randomizing their art, actually. So, you know, I came up programming, getting into the corporate world that way, and then moved into kind of digital marketing and software as a service and all of that. So when I heard about Web3 and was curious, I just agreed. I said, yeah, let's do it. And basically wrote them a full piece of software to be able to do that, where they could, you know, log in and kind of see everything as it was going through. Not anything worth pursuing, but it was fun for that project, and just fell in love with Web3. I mean, I think one of the most amazing aspects of it is the community aspect, right? Very, very different than what you get in a normal corporate setting. And so I fell in love with it, I think, mostly for that aspect. And obviously it was fun, you know, degenning and experimenting and learning. And then you come to realize, you know, what that degenning does and can do. You know,
man, yes, we do.
Yeah. But then what side of things you really want to come to there. And Jeremy and I linked up about a year ago now, and have been spending that year working and creating technology, but also experimenting and learning about how Web3 works, how people operate in Web3, and then kind of developing this idea around a cross section with good, clean, proven corporate models. And then the Web3 community aspect, where you have that digital asset ownership as well, right? Trying to figure out how to merge those two things. The standard NFT way of doing things, that Web3 way, initially, I think we're going to kind of see that move out of focus, and likely should, because a lot of people got they were left holding a lot of bags. And so we figured, hey, let's build utility first. Let's build value first. Let's build something where people can actually make money and create wealth for themselves, where it doesn't have to be buy low, sell high on an NFT, right? We eliminate that speculation, and then we bring real utility into it. So it's been fun.
Sweet. Well, awesome, guys. Well, go ahead and tell us about it. What is Lendl Pro?
So Lendl Pro Trader is trend prediction software for stocks, cryptocurrency, Forex. You can trade futures, options, spot. You can do indexes, but it's software that runs on tradingview.com right now. We are also going to be setting it up on MetaTrader and other platforms, and people will be able to either take just the raw algorithm for a single asset, or they'll be able to actually use it as a trading application. Lendl Pro Trader is for traders, so not for investors. We have a platform coming out next year, actually, that is for investors. But the Lendl Pro Trader, as it is now, is for traders. It is think of it, so a lot of people, the kind of first objection to the Lendl Pro Trader is, oh, it's just an indicator. Actually, it's more of a strategy creator than it is an indicator. It has indications, but it's made up of more than 24 algorithms that you can combine into custom strategies. And that custom strategy allows you to trade the market with buy and sell signals, take profit signals, stop loss, and things like that.
Oh, is there do you guys have any demos or previews we could probably take a look at just to give us a little visual when you say this? Because I have some questions like, what if I'm new to this? Like, is it for the beginner or who's the targeted customer for this?
So I built Lendl Pro Trader because I was spending thousands of dollars every year as a trader on different indicators, and the indicators just didn't do what I wanted them to do. One of the most important things that I wanted the indicator to do was to stop trading. Most of the indicators out there, they're constantly giving you signals one way or the other, but they don't actually tell you, hey, stop, it's not a good time to trade. And so the Lendl Pro Trader was specifically built to offer signals to tell you when to trade, but also tell you when not to trade when it doesn't meet your configuration. This means that it's built both for beginners and advanced people alike. We have a whole series of videos that are really intended for new users to get familiar with TradingView, the indicator. We have a whole onboarding program. Most of our users are actually new users, and then we have some veteran users as well that uses the Lendl Pro Trader as confluence. As they're making trade decisions, they see Lendl Pro Trader also agreeing with them, and it gives them additional confidence to go into the trade. We do have an open beta right now. Our open beta is live until December 10th. You can go to beta.lendlpro.trader. Just go to lendlpro.com. Lendlpro.com, it'll take you to the same place. lendlpro.com, and fill out the beta application. And we're accepting every single applicant that goes into the system. And through that application, you can get free access to the software up through until December 10th. And then our product is actually launching on December 17th.
Sweet.
Nice. Is that spelled? Just to make a correction, is this spelled correctly on screen right now? Lendlpro.com. That's where they could get beta access.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So just to add on to that a little bit, one of the great things about Web3 are the community aspects of it. So while we have created a webinar series, one of our people, Jared T. Ross, spent that time, created an amazing webinar series that anyone can go through and learn. We also, as a community, are kind of rallying and working together. So our pro traders that we're bringing on, even into staff positions, are sharing configurations, or spending time with people, training them and getting them kind of up to speed, and helping them learn how to even understand the psychology of trading, and how to not trade out of a place of emotion, and really put together a solid strategy that helps you as you move forward as a trader.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask, like, can somebody who's just not used to trading, like, use this software, or is it more focused on, like, advanced users?
Go ahead, Jared. I'm Matthew.
Yeah, I was just talking about Jared. Yeah, so it's targeted at both. There's a very high configurability, which can be intimidating to some people at times, but once you get in there, and you're working with us and with our team to get set up, it really becomes quite approachable. So really anyone can use the software and get started. One of the things that we suggest is to simply begin to operate within your configurations without actually doing any trading. So it's very, very easy for a new user to get in and to start using the software and seeing the kind of signals as they're learning kind of come through the software. Additionally, there's a full back testing suite that Jeremy can speak to, which allows somebody to see whether they're in profit very easily without being a programmer, without having some super dense Excel spreadsheet, because everyone hates looking at Excel spreadsheets. So you can kind of sit there and tinker and learn as you're tinkering, and see that those back testing results, in real time. So it's pretty exceptional there. There's not a lot of other. Jeremy, can you think of another suite of indicators like this that actually gives you those back testing results in real time like that?
Out of all the indicators that I've used, Market Cipher, Lux Algo, Burb Pro, and others, you had to be a programmer in order to backtest any of the results, or pay more expensive software to be able to do some backtesting as well. I'm not aware of any indicators that actually include a backtester with their system. Right now, people can go to beta.lendopro.trade or lendopro.com and fill out that beta form. And yes, you'll get free access to the software up through December 17th when we go live. We're going to stop accepting new applicants on December 10th. But yeah, you'll be able to use it completely free. It's the full edition. There's no limitations. We've been in beta now since July. We have over 330 beta testers right now. And we've had quite impressive results from the user base thus far.
Yeah, let's kick up the little bit of urgency here. So is there any special gift or anything beta testers get after the beta season is over? Like, do they get special discounts, or do they get allow listed, or is there any alpha you could drop for us?
Yeah, so on December 17th, when we launch the product, the subscriptions will be available. We are doing a limited pre-sale for people who have been in the beta program so far. And also with some select partners, we are offering access to our Genesis NFT early as well. We postponed, because of everything happening with FTX and whatnot, we postponed the Genesis mint until later in January or February, but we are doing a pre-sale in December along with it. So this way people don't have to pay the subscription if they intended to get Genesis, because the access to beta will be over with at that point. Some partners, and maybe Matthew, you can comment on the deal that Ninjalerts is getting, but partners are going to be getting a discount off of our Genesis NFT. So our Genesis NFT is $3,000. It's a one-time cost. That's equivalent to 15 months worth of our subscription on the Lendo Pro Trader Complete Edition. So the Complete Edition is $198 a month, and that being 15 months is the Genesis cost for that. We are giving some partners discounts to be able to come in at a lower price.
For the Genesis, is that a lifetime license or just a 15-month license?
Yeah, Genesis is a lifetime license. So there's some other communities programs out there that you buy their NFT and then you have to charge an annual fee on top of that to access their indicators. This is a one-time cost. So let me talk a little bit about the benefits of Genesis. So beyond getting access to the Lendo Pro Trader with a lifetime license, it also is going to give you access to our upcoming retail product that's coming out next year for investors. That is going to give you license to be able to use that system for free. And on top of that, based upon the tier of Genesis, kind of like Rarity, but not exactly, it will also give a discount on the commission fees for that platform. And then about a year and a half after that, we're coming out with our institutional enterprise product for hedge funds. And Genesis will also provide license to that platform as well. The big utility for Genesis is that we are creating something called delegated staking. Delegated staking allows holders of Genesis to work in a tertiary market. So it's beyond the secondary market. It's a tertiary market where you can actually lease the benefits of the NFT to a third party. So imagine a hedge fund using our product, not just the Lendo Pro Trader, but the actual retail product where it's for investors, it's for hedge funds, Lendo Hedge coming out next year. That license cost, especially for the enterprise version of that, is likely to be 6 to 7 figures per year. Genesis, you're going to be able to license access to our software through Genesis in that delegated staking program. That'll actually create revenue for our holders. And it's not a security or anything like that, because you're not gaining anything through the results of others or anything else like that. You're simply leasing your property to somebody else. And we're creating a system and support for that in our product.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're essentially renting your NFT.
Right, exactly.
Yes,
That's awesome.
which means passive income that, and you never have to sell it. So if you want to use the utilities yourself, go ahead and use the utilities and everything that Jeremy's speaking about. I just want to put a stamp on the fact that we built our software first. We're offering that software now for free for people to actually be able to use it and test it, see if it works for you before they even make a purchase. So it's a put up or shut up. We're proving it to you right now. You can come in, you can take a look at what we're doing. You're gonna love it. And come into the fold in the community so that we can help you learn how to trade better. Or, if you are a pro trader, please join us. We need more people like you who can help support the community. So we have the utility now, we have the ability for profit now, and one of the things that you may have gleaned there from what Jeremy's saying is we're not going to rely on secondary sales for our profit model here. We have a monthly recurring and annual recurring revenue models. We have the additional platforms that are coming out. So that gives us the luxury of infusing so much value into the Genesis NFT back for our users to the point where you'll get to make income off of that NFT without having to sell it. It's not a buy low, sell high, leave somebody holding the bag type situation. It's people will actually want this utility. They'll want access to it, and they'll rent it from you to get it. I remember when Jeremy told me he was gonna do that, the vision for this. I thought he was nuts. I said, "You're leaving all the secondary sales, you're leaving all that income on the table. You can't do that, man. What are you doing?" And he sat me down, explained to me what that was going to mean for users, and I just think it's amazing. I think it's unique, and just so it's so good to the people who were there with us first, right, in that Genesis Mint.
Yeah, that's huge, especially with platforms recently taking away royalties. We've had a lot of projects on, and we've really did a lot of discussion about revenue models, because if your revenue model is purely based on secondary speculation, obviously, like in the long term, that could be ineffective. So the fact that you guys kind of have that planned out is awesome. Earlier, Jeremy asked you, Matthew, you might have answered, I just didn't hear it. As far as I'll just say Ninjalerts specifically, as this is, Ninjalerts sponsored, or brought to you by Ninjalerts. But what benefits do Ninjalerts get during the mint, or if they have any?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So there's actually a number of things that we want to do there. We put together a partner program specifically for this, and as you can see, we're forward thinking people, and we're value forward thinking people. We want to make sure we're bringing as much value to the table as we can. It's how you get on a call and an interview with you lovely people, with what we're bringing to the table. So we're going to do some of the standard stuff, the allow list spots for the Genesis, and but we're going to do a number of things beyond that I think will be amazing for you guys. So one of the things that we want to do is give you blocks of free trials for the subscription license, where your people will kind of get to be able to use it even after we okay, somebody must be buzzing. So even after we launch the subscription, allowing people to get those free trials there, we're also going to give you guys a set of perpetual licenses that you'll be able to allocate to your community according to your specifications. So, this helps with tokenized communities and things along those lines. It helps with giveaways. It helps with incentives in communities. So even people who haven't purchased, they'll be able to use a perpetual subscription license to your delegation. We want to do educational and trading events as well. Very, very important that people understand what they're doing with trading. We don't want anybody losing. We want our people winning. We want your people winning. So we're willing to do educational events with you. We have a series that we're putting together right now for that, where if you'd want us to, we can come in and offer to your community members any of that training, from basics all the way into things that are a bit more complicated. We're in the process of creating a Discord bot right now that will take our configurations and calls and feed them into a channel in your servers around your favorite tokens and your community's tokens. So there's that one's slated. It's not complete yet, but that's up and coming. We're also doing an affiliate program and an ambassador program. Now, this is pretty standard with any type of software. We're going to give you guys discount codes that you'll be able to share with your community and beyond, and really kind of give everyone who's involved rewards. So even with the subscription license, your community will be able to get that at a cheaper cost. In addition to the Genesis, which Jeremy mentioned, we're going to give you guys a discount on that, and we're doing that for our premier partners.
So we do have some questions below from crypto tutorials. How does the algorithm perform so far? Do you guys have success stories to, talk about?
Yeah, let me take this, Matthew. Since we've been beta testing since July, we've had a number of our beta test users post their wins on @LendlPro. So @LendlPro on Twitter, you can see post after post after post of people winning with the Lendl Pro Trader. Now, the Lendl Pro Trader offers signals for buy and sell and things like that. Now, people don't follow those signals just blindly. You still have to know how to trade. So you use those signals with confluence of other things. Now, the Lendl Pro Trader allows you to create confluence within the Lendl Pro Trader, and then you can combine that as an entire strategy along with other confluence that you use for your trades as well. Lendl Pro Trader out of the box gets usually, we have different algorithms that are named as factions, such as Vikings, Mongols, Wizards, and friendly names, so this way people don't have to learn technical terms like MACD and Bollinger Bands and things like that. So you pick an algorithm. There's 5 main factions as primary algorithms, and then you add to your strategy with different confluence and take profit strategies and things like that, and then that boosts your profitability exponentially. So you might start out with a 40, 50%, or 60% profitability, and you know that because we have a back tester built into the system. And then from that, you can then mix and match things to be able to create a much more profitable strategy overall. So the answer of how profitable the system is really depends on which algorithm you're using, the combination of algorithms, and the most important thing is your take profit strategy. So if you're just going to trade trend end to end when it says buy and when it says sell, that is much less performant than when it says buy and you take profit, you take profit, you take profit, you take profit. That is much more successful. And our system helps you to design a strategy that allows you to do that. And you can see what that would have performed like in the past and then run that with greater confidence.
Awesome. Thank you for answering that. We'll move on to like a different segment of this. Just want to ask if you could tell us a little bit about the team. My co-host Ken loves like Doc's teams, but he also loves like Azuki, where like they've rugged 3 other projects. That's the kind of stuff he likes. But, I like a good solid foundation. So would you consider yourself like a Zagabond, or would you consider yourself like a Hugo Labs?
He called him a Zagabond, Chris.
I'll consider that rhetorical. I've focused my entire career at creating startups and turning them into enterprises. So I've worked across a number of industries, and I've really landed on creating platforms. So building products in the technology space. I've created a number of ventures, my best one being from nothing all the way up to a $500 million exit. If you go to lendlpro.trade, our public website, we have the team posted there. Most of our team is doxed. You can visit my LinkedIn. You can see my job history and some of the places that I've been at and whatnot. Professionally, I'm a chief technology officer. I've reached the peak of my career in technology, and overall, our team is very much front and center with our reputations at stake, and nothing to hide, everything to show.
Awesome, love to hear it.
Yeah, I guess that's me then. Yeah, so I've been in web technologies and software as a service for about the last 20 years. Started as a programmer, got into digital marketing, got into the social media contest and sweepstakes space before it was really a thing, and developed some software there. Did some really high level campaigns for, Nationwide, McKinney and Silver, a lot of publishing brands, Men's Health, Women's Health, and then developed that into a software as a service from there. So a lot of experience in, from the ground up creating startups around technology. And it's one of the reasons that I love Web3, right? We have an amazing opportunity here to create some very novel technologies and do it in a novel way. I mean, it needs to change, right? We have to bring in a proven model and a protective model to our users and people. But that's why I think we need more teams like yours, more teams like ours, that think in those ways and want to be able to create a product first, and offer that product the right way. So
Love to see it. Love to see Doc's teams. This is very nice in Web3. You'll go to a new project with a lot of promises, and you'll just see a bunch of PFPs of whatever that aren't attached to anything, and they're promising new technology, games, tools, and you're just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know anything about you, But yeah, awesome, guys. What is your roles at the company? I can't really. Oh, CEO and COO. Sweet. I don't think we led with that.
So we do have a question about the technology. Now, you did say this is going to be on top of TradingView. Do you need an extra subscription to TradingView if you have Lendo Pro as well?
So we recommend that everybody have the premium subscription, because on TradingView, the back testing capabilities with the premium subscription gives you so much more flexibility and power, gives you more range in the date periods that you can select, and you can narrow in on specific date periods as a whole. On top of that, with the premium version, you can also set your alerts to infinite time, whereas the lower subscriptions do not. At the minimum subscription that you would need in order to find the at least some good value would be the Pro Plus subscription on TradingView.com. TradingView.com, I think the Pro Plus subscription is $29, if I remember correctly, and then the premium subscription is $50, 50 some odd dollars. But that subscription on TradingView is absolutely needed. Lendo Pro Trader runs on other platforms, and we won't have our own dedicated platform for investors until next year. When we release Lendo Hedge next year, that will actually be on our own platform, so there won't be anything extra required. So if you're a trader and you want some professional tools to trade, or if you're wanting to learn how to trade and wanting to use professional tools as you set your venture out to learn how to trade, Lendo Pro Trader is an amazing tool suite for you to be able to do that as a whole. And TradingView is a really good place for people to start learning technical analysis.
I did my little bit of technical of like trades and TA on TradingView. Like when I did try to do charts more, and then I got into NFTs, and then it just turned more degen and more fundamentals and more hype and more very different.
Pretty JPEGs.
Very different style of trading, but I did enjoy TradingView, and I did learn a little bit, enough TA to be able to like understand, not enough to be a good trader. But yeah, TradingView is, I would recommend it. It's pretty good. Sweet. We'll get into the heat, to the mints. What is the mint? You've already talked about the mint package, but if you kind of wanted to recap that just very briefly on like what you get and how much it costs.
Matthew, why don't you go ahead and take that?
Yeah, sure. So we have a Web3 and a Web2 strategy. We want to make this approachable. Additionally, you can trade more than crypto, right? So we're taking that Web3 approach with the NFT, but people are trading stocks and options and forex and margins and so many other different types of trading you can do with the software here. So, and we believe that any company should have a leg to stand on in Web 2 as well. I mean, with regulation and changes, and you said, Chris, what the last month has been like in NFTs, right? We need to kind of be able to service both audiences. Web3 is near and dear to our hearts. So with the Genesis NFT, we're looking at a $3,000 mint price unless you come in through Ninjalerts. If you come in through Ninjalerts, that's $2,500. Now, that is a lifetime license, and it is competitive with sometimes monthly, but often yearly subscriptions to services that have functionality that is usually less than comparable to what we're doing. What Jeremy built here is true confluence strategy trading. It's amazing and highly configurable. Instead of having to go out and find 10 different indicators from 10 different companies and bringing them together in a strategy, you can do that with this suite of tools. So we're highly competitive with pricing. A little different than what we see typically in the NFT market, but there's a reason for that. One, you can make money with our NFT now, with the licensure now. In fact, you can get in beta and make your money to pay for the Genesis NFT now before we even go to mint. I encourage you to do that. Sign up for beta. Let us prove to you the software works. We'll even help you get configured and get set up. Once we mint, you'll have lifetime licensure to the full suite and package of tools. That's forever guaranteed. And then within our roadmap items, you get access to a number of things. So one of the things that we're building right now is called Lendl Masters Club. That is a private club for Genesis NFT holders only, and anyone who might want to pay a subscription fee. Jeremy can speak to that a bit, but Genesis holders get free access to that. You get to sit and trade with our professional traders every day. So they'll be in trading, downloading, their trading strategies to our people, helping people get set up, and really kind of helping onboard them into that space. So if you have Genesis, you get access to that. And there's a number of other features there that we can get into if Jeremy thinks that's necessary. Beyond that is Lendl Hedge. And as Jeremy mentioned, there's two aspects to that. The first is going to be the investor version, where people who hold the Genesis NFT will have free access to essentially invest their money. I don't know, Jeremy, if you want to give that mouthful of a sentence that really describes what that is.
Yeah, so Lendl Hedge is machine learning. It's basically it's like an autonomous hedge fund, and it's all powered by machine learning and whatnot. And it's going to be priced where there is a monthly fee for it. But then if you go beyond a certain amount of capital, then we charge a percentage of assets under management. Genesis will provide benefits, whereas you won't have to pay the monthly fee. And then it'll provide a discount on the assets under management commission that we take on that system based upon, you can think of it as rarity, but based upon the tier of the Genesis NFT that you end up buying into.
When you say tiers, is this something you like? Let's say it's a gold token, a silver token, a bronze token. Is that something you choose in the onset, or is this randomized like as a 10K project would?
That's a great question. It is not randomized. We believe that you should, in any corporate setting, you reward the right people, right? So somebody who's been with us for 5 minutes to have some of those more precious NFTs just doesn't make sense. So our premier partners that mint with us, they're going to mint in earlier rounds. We're going to likely do numerous rounds of mint. If you mint in an earlier round, you're likely to get in on those higher tiered NFTs. So we'll basically kind of mint them out in rounds as we go. We're doing things a little bit differently because we want to reward the right people and put those into the hands of people who actually understand and will utilize that utility long term, right? We do not want to be a speculative NFT project where people are looking to flip the NFT. We want to make people profitable and offer them opportunities, even in a bear market, to make profit. I mean, we've seen just in the last couple of months our people winning and having just such great wins. Again, please visit our Twitter. You can see that these are all people who are not paid; they're unpaid people, using our beta platform right now to their own strategies and benefit. So,
and the supply
Unpaid,
is
huh?
1,597.
Repeat that. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The supply is 1,597 on the Genesis collection.
Okay,
3K
cool.
a piece.
Yeah.
What was that?
At $3,000 a piece. Is
Yeah,
that going to be on Ethereum or?
Yes, on Ethereum layer 1.
Okay. Is it going to be, are they PFPs, or is it just going to be a standard image, or is 1159? Is this 50? No, 55. I said 59.
So they're actually going to be PFPs. We have a really talented artist, Ganzi, who is creating all of the art for us. It's really spectacular, super realism in the art, and the art models are factions. So we have Vikings, we have Mongols, we have wizards, we have I'm forgetting my faction names now.
Vikings, Spartans, Norsemen, Mongols, wizards.
There we go. So based upon the factions, our art is based upon that. And a big part of Lendl is Fibonacci, and our collection is actually being carved up in Fibonacci numbers. The collection size in its entirety, 1,597, is a Fibonacci number. Fibonacci is very prevalent in trading and just in nature. And even so, our different NFT tiers and the different factions in the collection are all sized according to Fibonacci numbers within the collection.
Cool.
That's
yeah.
a lot of Fibonacci, man.
So the 1197, like the max mint was meant to like correlate with Fibonacci.
Yeah, exactly. The 1597 was meant to. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Cool. I didn't know we were going to nerd out so hard on that.
I know, right? He said Fibonacci 10 times. It's like, that's like my key word. When somebody says that, it's like when the hypnotist says a word, you go blank. That's what kind of happened. Every time you said Fibonacci, I kind of zone.
And because we're more of a business than just an NFT project, we have real revenue and things like that. We wanted to make sure that the NFT collection represented a certain size of our customer base over the course of the next year. So this way, Genesis did not exceed too much value out of our revenue and things like that. So Genesis is meant to sustain us long term, as well as our holders, in the way that it's designed. And the collection size is, yes, it's based in Fibonacci, but it's also set to be no more than 1% of our customer base in 2024.
So where'd you get the $3,000 from? Is that also Fibonacci?
No, the 3,000 is not Fibonacci. The 3,000 was just really taking our monthly price and then saying what would be, if somebody was going to get a lifetime license, how many months of subscription would be worth it to us in terms of a business model, but also to our holders to pay for that lifetime license, because they're going to pay once and they're never going to have to pay for our product again.
There was a competitive analysis there as well, looking at competitors and what they were charging. We're aware of some competitors that are charging $2,500 a month for their subscription. So $3,000 a year for what we're infusing into that NFT in terms of value, I think is quite fair.
Well, lifetime. Is it lifetime or yearly? Sorry.
It is lifetime.
Yep. Oh, okay. Sweet. I mean, that's a majority of questions. I think you guys covered the product, the pricing, the mint, the team. Is there anything else you'd like to address? We have,
demo?
Yeah, if you have any kind of presentation, that'd be great.
Yeah, not to cut you off, but you mentioned the Norse, the Vikings. We need sneak peeks, man. We gotta, you just said words, and I'm trying to envision what you mean. Like, is there images we could see, some demos we could see?
Here, let me
pull something up here.
I'll drop some stuff in the Discord DM as well that you guys can draw from.
Sweet. Yeah, we could definitely end the episode on just some examples. Whatever you want to share, we'll pull it up.
Oh, sure.
Oh, damn. I just saw the photo. Let me pull it up. Hold up.
Yeah, that's one. I'm pulling down a couple other ones here for you now. Just tracking them down.
And also, if you just have any like representation, I know they can go use the demo, but I don't know if you have like a representation of it you'd like to share.
Jeremy, do you have any screenshots that might make sense to kind of throw up?
Well, I mean, it's completely fine if not. I'm just saying whoever's watching, like it might be beneficial whether they're here now or here later.
So I can
but
share
yeah, if
my
you don't have it,
screen and actually show it in action if you guys want to.
that'd be great.
Yeah,
That'd be
okay,
perfect. Yeah.
pull that up.
So these are photographs, or is this some very good 3D rendering?
It's full AI art done by our artist Ganzi. He's been in the Web3 space for a while. Is also an avid trader. Has been, from what I understand, trading Bitcoin as far back as 2011. I advised on a project of his a while back and helped out with some things, and he got access to some just amazing software recently. So it was kind of kismet. I mean, we thought, hey, listen, PFPs are huge. We want people to be able to rep us. Once we drop the NFT project as well. We have all the utility. Why not do that also if we can? And when he started showing us some of these renderings, it was like, oh my gosh, man, the detail is just insane. So yeah, full AI.
I thought that first one was Matt before he like trimmed up a bit. just an older picture, you know. Are you talking about Ganzi, like the guy on Discord that I mean not Discord, Twitter? He has like 182,000 followers, or is it a different Ganzi?
I'm not sure if he achieved that level yet. I'll get you his Twitter here in a second.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. It's just I know one Ganzi on Twitter, so that's on Web3.
Different Ganzi.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pull up all these photos. They look, oh my god, like they look so real.
They do. It's crazy.
Wow,
Yeah, the first couple he showed to me, I thought it was a photograph. It's some of this stuff is just so hyper realistic, and it's amazing what computers can do at this point.
Sorry, it looks like Jeremy has the trading view up. Do you guys want to look at that a bit? You ready to pull it up? Let's go ahead. So what are we looking at, Jeremy?
So this is one of our strategies that we've published. So we have a spreadsheet where we publish the configuration of select strategies that are profitable. This particular one has an over 90% profitability rate on this strategy, and you can see here, that just one of these trends, one of these trades came up here on October 25th. It identified the long, came up here, a scaled exit popped up. And so this strategy is configured to take 15% off the table every single time it gets a scaled exit. Then up here, next scaled exit pops up, and a scaled exit shows up whenever there's weakness in the trend. So as it identifies that, hey, there might be a reversal here, it's going to pop up a scaled exit. It's going to say, hey, it might be a good idea to take profit here. And then here, right up here towards the peak of this trend, it actually executed a take profit, which took 100% off the table. And then everything here afterwards really doesn't matter because we've already taken all of our profit off the table. This move was equivalent to, that was a 10.5% gain just right here on October 26th. The Lendo Pro Trader, to configure it, the configuration is quite extensive, but here you pick the factions. So you pick, you want to use Mongols, Rangers, Spartans, etc. And so Vikings, for example, is based upon MACD as its core algorithm. Spartans is based upon ADX. Rangers is based upon RSI. Mongols is based upon ATR. And this is why we came up with the faction names, is because the technical names aren't as fun, right?
Yeah. Makes sense.
And then Wizards is made up of around a dozen algorithms, all different kinds of price action algorithms within it. And then lots of configuration in here.
Sure. Yeah. Awesome. So like you guys would, I'm sure you have dedicated people to kind of help on board, into like new users to like decide which faction and which like how to configure, right?
Yeah, we point people to our onboarding videos, and then from there we point them to our configurations. and then they get started. They can just kind of pick which configuration they want to run with. They can connect it to a bot, or they can manually trade either way. We don't yet have live webinars running where we onboard them weekly, but that is something that we're going to start doing as we move forward, where new subscribers can go through webinars that bring them through the classes automatically. So this way they learn and they can gradually implement. The thing that we really stress to everybody is that we want them to paper trade first, that is to fake trade, or if they have to use capital because they're not quite sure how to make paper trading work, they don't understand it. If they have to trade with a balance, we say, hey, just use $20, $30, something like that. Use the software for a month, prove that you have a strategy that is a winning strategy using the Lendo Pro Trader plus the additional technical analysis that you learn how to trade with, and then start trading with real money. Almost all of our beta users all went through that process where they proved that the Lendo Pro Trader worked for them before they threw any serious capital at it. And now we have traders who are using the Lendo Pro Trader who are making thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars every month with the Lendo Pro Trader.
So we have a good question that came up as well. Is there a way to export and import configurations from other traders? Jeremy, do you want to speak to that at all?
So we're creating so TradingView doesn't give you the ability to do that. As a result, we are creating a browser extension that would allow you to save your configuration, share it with the community if you want, and then if you see other configurations that you like, or if you want to save your configuration for later and load it up, you can do that using this browser extension. So we are relying on custom software built by us in this browser extension to do that. Additionally, we are also creating a mechanism in that extension that allows you to have the browser extension automatically test the configuration, the different values. So rather than you having to specify each numeric, like if you come here into the configuration and I were to come here and I were to say, okay, what's going to be the most profitable scaled exit? This happens to be 20%. But if I wanted to, I can make the browser extension automatically iterate through this to be 19%, 20%, 21%, and find the best profitable version of that. And so that's another feature that we're doing in the browser extension as well, to make it easier to permeate the different configs and also save and load them.
I do have some quick rapid question for both of you. What are not financial advice, of course? What are your thoughts on ETH prices or Bitcoin prices end of year? And also, what's a token that's undervalued in your opinion right now?
Well, I think all of the tokens are at a really good value right now. I do think that we're in somewhat of a lot of trouble. It was just revealed today that Michael Saylor is at a margin call if Bitcoin hits 13.5. I'm afraid that there's a lot of trouble if we go down that low, and it's looking like it's a real plausible situation that not only will we hit 13.5, but we're likely to dip below 10,000, likely because the point of control on the VPVR, the volume profile visible range, is just below 10,000. Now, we're not going to go much below that. I highly doubt we would see below, that point of control. I think that point of control is at around 9,000, something like that. I think there's so much adoption out there that the buying pressure would really keep it from going much further than that. There's just so much value perceived at that level that I don't see it dropping below that. But the damage that is going to do to centralized finance companies is really intense. So if we look at what the FTX did, its Contagion, Three Arrows Capital, and things like that, much of the centralized institutions are based upon the price of Bitcoin falling to around 18,000 to 21,000, around that area. Nobody expected it to fall below that. As a matter of fact, last year there was a lot of conversations about that 18.5 would be the bottom, and we're not going to go below that. We see ourselves much below that right now. And based upon the contagion of what's happened with FTX and others, BlockFi and all the rest, I don't think we've seen the worst of it yet.
Wow, that's a lot of doom and gloom. Jeez. I haven't seen
Look at those
Bitcoin.
prices. Look at those prices. I mean, talk about generational wealth opportunity. If the prices do fall that low, save your money. Preservation of capital is the most important thing you can do right now. Save your money. Watch the prices go down. So historically, this, based upon how long bear markets last, we should see the bottom, the absolute bottom of this market between May and July of next year. So not to say that the bottom will occur in May or July of next year, but between now and May and July, we should likely see the market start to come back up around May or July of next year, based upon just on historically how long bear markets last. So that means that between right now and May or July of next year, you now have a really great dollar cost averaging opportunity where you can buy these tokens, Bitcoin, Ethereum, other Hedera is, I think, one of the best opportunities right now in terms of a token, HBAR, Hedera. Buy that token. I think it's going to do very well in the next run. But I think in terms of generational wealth, every single thing you can put into it now, I definitely don't think it's going to zero. When I joined the internet industry in 1995, the headlines in Newsweek was why the internet will fail. The same kind of press is occurring right now with blockchain, with Web3, and everything that we're seeing with digital currency and whatnot. The same kind of headlines are there. People don't listen to what people are saying. Watch what they're doing. And what all the banks and all the big institutions are doing right now is they are accumulating, they're buying, but they're telling you that it's going to go to zero. But watch what they do, not what they say. This is generational wealth opportunity right here.
That said, again, not financial advice. Please do not over leverage yourself. Speak to people who are smarter than you and know more than you. Get advice from someone who's licensed. Please be safe with your money. Be smart. Be safe. And get educated, and get out of your emotions, and find a real strategy that works for you.
Yeah, that was very, very, very good advice you guys just gave. It's not financial advice, of course. We have to make that clear on this show. Matthew, what about you? What is your predictions for Ethereum, Bitcoin, end of year? And do you have any secret or low-key altcoin that you think is going to be very profitable, like Hedera that Jeremy just gave us that alpha on?
Yeah, no, I mean, if I'm to be honest, I kind of follow Jeremy's lead there with a lot of this. He's so tapped in, and just really, really very highly knowledgeable. So I'd kind of stick to what he says there. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of change. That kind of idea of doom and gloom. Yeah, I think there's definitely some tough stuff coming, but I think there's hope as well. Especially if we can find strategies to raise ourselves up out of the bear market, which is really what we're working on. How do you continue to make profit in the bear market? We're looking for price action and volume and things like that. We're still going to see those things on a plethora of tokens, regardless as to what the tokens are, right? And that's one of the things that Lendl Pro Trader really helps with, is identifying those opportunities and knowing where to kind of place your money and at what time. So, I mean, we have a lot of people who are day trading and scalping that are constantly making money and have been making money through the entire bear market. So my suggestion is really just to get educated there, and then And then listen, right? Follow the tokens that have that volume at any particular time. Some will and some won't, and that kind of really depends. You know, you might develop a strategy that's really good for a while on ETH, and then the volume's not there, right? The liquidity's not there, and you have to be looking elsewhere. And that's one of the reasons we want to get to Lendl Hedge, where we can take a look at, you know, potentially thousands of tokens at once, where we're far beyond what the human mind can compute and what it can do on its own. Really looking for those higher yields, lower risk opportunities. Jeremy, does that all make sense? Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, and I would say that, you know, don't chase the lotto tickets. I mean, it's okay to allocate, you know, a little bit of what you have towards, you know, the meme coin or whatever, the big opportunity, high risk sort of thing. But I think overall, with the impending regulation that we have coming down the pipeline and whatnot, it's really good to stick to assets that have that seem to be regulation friendly, that can be adaptable, that are well supported projects that can pivot and support any kind of regulation that's going to come out of the U.S. Unfortunately, the U.S. does lead the market, and we do have to be sensitive around that in our portfolios. So it's really important to you know, not be 100% degen, be maybe, you know, 20% degen.
I appreciate it, Jeremy.
10%.
Your speech earlier on between now and summer has me motivated, man. And of course, not financial advice, but like, you know, if you have the extra capital, you know, DCAing, it's really hard to go wrong with DCAing. And if you believe in the technology, then, you know, why not? We are on the hour. Really appreciate you guys coming in and sharing Lendl Pro, just hanging out, making some predictions with us. So thank you guys. Ken, do you have an announcement before we leave, or did you have anything?
I do have an announcement, but I do have to ask just one more question from these guys, Chris. Sorry
Oh,
about that. I just wanted to know what sets Lendo Pro apart from the competitors right now, because you guys do have other competitors in this exact field. What sets you guys apart?
So that's one of the first questions that we get asked is what makes Lendo Pro Trader different. One of the most obvious key distinctive things is our ability to show you, not tell you. And what I mean by that is we have back testing built into our indicator. None of the other competitors have that in their system. You have the ability to get instant feedback and see the results of the Lendo Pro Trader in the system. Additionally, in the Lendo Pro Trader, all of our algorithms feature the ability to load higher time frame data. So this means you can be on the 30-minute time frame, load the data from the 4-hour time frame, and have the algorithm running as though it was on the 4-hour, but in the 30-minute. And that allows you to front run the candles, because on platforms like TradingView, it only considers the confirmed candles, which means if you're on a pump, you're going to lose that entry, and then you're going to lose the exit because you're always one candle behind. We're not candles behind. We're inside the candle, and that's the second big factor. The third is with our Genesis, you have the ability to actually not only make money. So people like to use the word value in NFTs and utility, and so we actually have what I call benefits, and the definition of benefits is advantage or profit. Using our product, you have an advantage and profit. Plus, if you buy our NFT, you also, through our delegative staking program that's on our roadmap, you're also going to have an advantage and profit through the delegative staking as well. We are very value forward, and we are unlike any of the other projects out there.
sweet. Thank you guys. With all that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. We'll see you guys. We actually won't be on tomorrow or the next day. I guess we'll see you guys next Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Or it could be either Monday or Tuesday. We're trying to figure out the exact day for that right now, because again, we are about to launch version 3 of Ninjalerts, so we're kind of working in the background to push for that right now. So that's pretty much what we'll be doing. Of course, we will be in Miami though. So if you guys are going to be on our Basel, Miami, it's going to be a big party going on that whole week. We're going to be there. All of us, the whole team is going to be there. Are you guys going to Miami, or do you guys travel to these different events?
Not yet. Soon.
Not heading to
So,
Miami, but I don't know. Maybe we got to hook up. We got to go deeper on this partnership with Ninja Alerts, Jeremy. Get on the boat
yes.
here. They need some support staff at the very least down there.
Yes, yes, there will be. We're gonna need help with all that alcohol that we're gonna be consuming. But thank you guys for joining us. Another round of applause for you guys. Really appreciate you guys. Lendo Pro, of course, and that's lendopro.trade.
Yes. Yes.
lendopro.trade, and also make sure to visit ninjalerts.com/giveaway for a chance to win a 6-month subscription to Ninja Alerts. That's a $400 value right there. Again, thank you guys for joining us. I'm pretty much all set till next week, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe if you want us to do more shows on a more regular basis. Chris, you got anything else?